Hey Gengstars, welcome back to Cookin' with Just Joshin, aka Just Cookin'. Now, I've had a few people ask, how do you make the protein pizza crust that you were talking about the other day in your Discord? Check this out. Alright Gengstars, first things first, we're going to need a cup. First ingredient will be self-rising flour. You want to get a cup of that, which is roughly 100 grams, give or take. So make sure you've got a nice, even cup. And we're going to put that in. Boop. Next, we're going to add a little bit of seasoning, whatever you like, whatever you think would taste good on a pizza crust. So I'm going to go with Italian seasoning, a little bit of garlic, some onion powder, but again, this is all up to you. A wee bit of salt. And finally, a little bit of fresh cracked black pepper. Okay. Now you're going to take a fork or a whisk or however you want to do it. We're going to stir that up nice. Make sure it's even in there. Next step is pretty simple. We're going to take the same cup. We're going to do 1 1/6 cups of Greek yogurt, which is approximately 110 grams. Now remember, this needs to be non-fat, non-flavored Greek yogurt. Trust me, you really don't want a vanilla flavored pizza crust. That does not sound good. So I like to just kind of scoop it out, put it in the cup. Okay, now that is a full cup, so we'll dump that in there. Now we need about 1/6 of a cup, which is not a whole lot more, but it does matter. Go ahead and add a little bit more. Okay. Now, take your fork. We're going to mix it. It's going to look kind of weird at first. The reason I like the self-rising flour is because it tends to make a nicer crust as far as kind of staying together. So you see, you just kind of mash it all up. And then I like to have my crust a little fluffier, so I add just a little bit of baking powder, like the tiniest bit. And then I mix and mix and mix and mix and mix. And try to get all the flour off the bottom. Try to get it to all kind of come together, and as you can see, it's starting to mold together, if you will. For the last bit, always make sure you wash your hands first, but I like to get in there with my hands and just knead. Just kind of get it in there, right? Mixing it all together. I like to do this for about 30 seconds to a minute to just kind of get the dough to activate a little bit, kind of get it moving around, get some air in it. Alright. product should look a little something like that. It's a nice little dough. The next step's pretty easy. All you're gonna do is put a clean towel over it and put it in the refrigerator for about 2 hours. Let it aerate. After that, I'll show you how it's done. Oh hey, didn't see you come in. Just kidding. All right, it's been a few hours. Let's check out the dough. Right, nice. So now we're gonna roll it out into hopefully a ball. Shout out Brokeace and the Pokey Twins for being super mean about my last pizza. So hit it with a little cooking spray. I like the cooking spray because there's more control than if you just kind of pour the oil. Then you're gonna grab your roller and you're just gonna gently roll. Right? We gotta be careful not to break it up and stretch it out too far, because then it's gonna look kind of weird and goofy. Work smarter, not harder. Turn so that you're always rolling towards you and away from you, instead of trying to roll all sideways, right? You're gonna go nice and slow. Nice and slow. Now the reason I like to do it on this, I guess I could make it more circular by putting it on like a pizza pan, but I like using the non-stick. It's just easier for me. But like Bob Ross once said, it's your world, you can do whatever you want. I'm just gonna make it your own. As you can see, it's slowly but surely taking its form, kinda. And it's okay if it's a little weird looking. Unlike Brokeace and the Pokey Twins, or mainly just Brokeace, I am not a pizza hater. I will allow any and all shape of pizza. Option you can do, which I'll do just to demonstrate, is you can take it and fold a little bit up and make like a crust end, if you will. You can do that if you so desire. Personally, I never do it just because I don't really like thicker crust. But you know, it's your world. I'm just living in it. So I'm gonna roll mine back out. We don't want to cross-contaminate, right, Melanie? Just gonna wash our hands. I'll speed this part up probably. So the good thing about this is once you make the crust, you can kind of do whatever you want. I am personally going to do a little bit of kind of like a spicy buffalo chicken style pizza. The good thing about hot sauce, mainly hot sauce, is that it's low to no calories given on the particular brand, so you can really kind of go crazy with it. So I'm gonna add about that much. That's roughly 2 servings. Don't ask me to measure things, I'm not a good measurer. I'm gonna throw a little bit of sauce on it though. A little heat. Ghost pepper. And Carolina Reaper X, but that's me. You can do anything really. I did buffalo chicken a couple days ago for Melanie and I, which Melanie I believe liked. Are you on board with that?
Yes.
I said you can talk.
Gotcha.
You can use your words.
The cameraman doesn't talk.
Oh my God. And you just want to give it a nice spread. Do you smell the heat?
I do.
Is it nasty?
It's pungent.
Pungent. That's a fine word. Alright. Since mine's flat, I'm going to take it all the way to the edges, but if you do like a fold, you can take it right up to the fold. Either way, like I said, it really doesn't matter. Once that's done, I add about 1 chicken breast. Alright. while I'm doing this, I'll show you real quick. You're gonna want your oven at 400 degrees. Very nice dynamic shot, Melanie. Look at you. All right. So you can add as little or as much chicken because I'm exercising and building muscle, like in that particular part of my training right now. I tend to lean more towards more protein. So, then I'm gonna throw some spinach on there.
Are you gonna let them know that the chicken is already pre-cooked?
Oh yeah, I mean it can be. I was lazy today and didn't feel like cooking, which by the way, these are some green onions. I was feeling lazy today. Didn't really want to cook chicken breast because I'm actually doing something different for this week's meal prep. It's more beef based. So I went ahead and bought me a rotisserie chicken there at the Costco, right? Shout out Costco if you want to sponsor me. Now we've got low fat mozzarella, right? You want to be all fancy with it? Mozzarella. There's Kyrie for some reason.
Just waiting.
Oh yeah, if you got dogs, they're gonna be waiting. So, roughly half a cup, which is about, depending on your brand, it's about 150-ish calories. And then I like to add 1 serving, which is 1/4 cup. And you can measure it out. In cooking for so long, I can kind of feel these things out. But you don't need to. I add a little bit of cheddar on there. And then I'm gonna throw some jalapenos on there just to be fancy, but that's just me. Again, like Bob Ross once said, this is your world. You can make it however you want, and that's okay. So Melanie will probably not be eating any of this.
Nope.
Okay. And once that's done, stick it in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes, depending on how much you like it crispy. I like it a little crispier, so I lean more towards the 25 side. We'll see you then for the finished product. Ah, here we go. Out of the oven, looking nice. Always check the bottom, make sure. Like I said, I like mine a little on the crunchier side. I like it a little darker. If you don't want it that dark, pull it out 2 minutes before. Like I said, there's a window between 20 and 25 minutes at 400 degrees. And then, you know, gotta get fancy with it. So I like to end my spicy pizza with a little sriracha swirl. And that is healthy eating. 90 calories, 90-ish grams of protein, 90 calories, 900 calories, 90-ish grams of protein, give or take a few. That's how we do it. Gangstars, we'll see you in the next one.